that they said that you would notice that getting into a toxic or a trauma bonding type of relationship is when you start doing things too fast, like using the word "I love you" like really fast, just because you
It
guys have
feels
been
good.
running
Is
from
that what we
some.
call rebounding?
No, it's called trauma bonding tonight. Uh,
Okay.
so
I was trying to relate to it.
anyway, so like we get these bonds that we
Mm-hmm.
and we get used to, like, oh, you got hurt, oh, I'm hurt too, so let me feel my pain, so
Yeah.
this is our connection. And like you said, once you start driving yourself out of that, some person might bring more drama to you because they want you to. That's when you think people are rooting bad things for you because they still going through bad things. They're not
Yeah.
necessarily a bad person. There's a saying about stay away from miserable people because misery loves company, and
Yeah.
it's very true. That's where I get the trauma bonding from. Actually, Ezo, the show guy, it's a youth term for real,
Yeah.
and so now I just started applying it to different situations. So it's a very interesting topic.
I literally just posted today that more people want to see you hurt than healed.
Hmm.
And I think that's because it seems like people, I mean, at some point, everybody is hurting from something. It might not even be the same thing, but something is causing them some type of pain. Something has brought trauma into their lives. So when they see another person going through that, it's so natural to like almost embrace a person that's hurting.
Right.
It's like, let me love on you. Let me show you some support in your hurt. And then the minute you don't seem hurt anymore, it's like it angers people because now they have nothing to relate to you with. So it seems like you're advancing if they're still hurt, but it's really not. It's what we're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to heal.
I've noticed as I've been single for the past like year and a half, I've noticed that the relationships or people that I try to talk, they go fast because it's
Yeah.
like you tell them this, that, and the other, and they're like, and then it's like we don't really have no foundation. Like you
Yeah.
was trying to capture some pain that I'm not necessarily going through, and it just sounded great at the time. But at the same time, like, fast, do anything like that?
He the flip side of trauma bonding.
Do you got an idea what we talking about though?
If it's rebounding,
Yeah, okay. Do you think that's healthy to rebound in certain situations?
yeah.
Give me an example of
I'm
that.
just going. It's gonna be real simple. It's all in the pursuit of happiness. If me talking to you making me happy about whatever I had going on, until kind of like what you said, it's like me dating somebody to get over somebody else, and I'm hearing this, and that. And like once I'm tired of hearing what you're talking about, it's like okay, we was really only dating for. We kind of knew what the fuck it was, and it's like it just fades to the black. Like I mean, I guess
Right.
I was trauma bonded.
My one of my son's mother says she's like, I'm tired of people telling me about what we did 20 years ago, and I'm like, well, shit, I thought she was the one, so I said that shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So at the same time, I've noticed like stop talking so much about everything going on in your life because it just feels good to express yourself to somebody when you first meet them. You be thinking like, oh man, like yeah,
She the one.
But I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I remember several shows ago, I said if I ever dated again, I wouldn't tell the new person anything bad about my life. Like, I mean, because when you meet somebody, you tell them everything, like most of your traumas. That's how you feel like it's building a trust. But it's really not. It's just opening up a gate of trauma bonding. Because now, either that person is going to try to love you harder in those areas, or that person is going to act like they can relate to that. So it's like, oh, we got something in common.
So how do you like I said, like I don't when I date somebody I'm thinking that I'm trying to be serious. So like how do you dodge talking about things that went wrong in your life or in a relationship? Like how do you get around that when you say you don't want to talk about this or the other? Do you
I
just
think
be
it's
like take a
impossible.
pass?
It's
I don't-
impossible.
Only reason why I don't think it's impossible, for the first time in my life, I'm going to a therapist. I've never ever even considered that in life, and so like, I mean, I'm maybe 2 months in, and I think really it's about actually healing. A lot of stuff that we go through today, it's like a lot of pain that you experience from person to person is really not even that person hurt you so bad. It's that it always triggers some past hurt. And so you keep thinking you're healing because you moved past that you moved past it, but you didn't really heal from it. So I think once you really heal from something, you won't even want to talk about it anymore. You won't want to discuss it because you'll understand like everything that we go through is supposed to teach us something about us. It's not about the other person. It's really supposed to help you see something about you. It's supposed to help you see something that you doing, something that you attracting. Like, it could possibly be something in you that attracts certain people, and you would think, oh, that person did me dirty, or that person did me wrong. But it's really you. So I think if most of us took the time to actually heal, we won't want to go into another relationship. Friendship, our parenting with our children, our relationships with our parents. Like, we won't want to keep living in the past. We will want to build a better future with everybody in a positive way.
One of our listeners says, never tell them your past. When they get mad, they use it against you. And
that's the person who you date.
I don't like to use absolutes because some people don't always move like that. Some people move in an entire different way.
Yeah.
Some people actually listen to heal. Some people who are really good at listening to those. They don't have an alternative motive. Some guys or some women just listening to you so they get whatever you want, and they get tired of your story. Yeah. Like I like to tell people, like, sometimes, like, I didn't tell you all this to use this on you. Like, I'm just trying to be transparent.
I can say, like, recently it happened to me, but it wasn't really in that sense. It was like somebody called me and they was kind of like venting on some shit, and I was like, yeah, it kind of happened to me too. But then they kind of turned back and the whole shit was about me. I'm like, wait a minute. I was just listening. Like, I made a couple of comments, but them comments came all the way back to me.
Yeah.
Like, well, he said you did this to him too. I'm like, wait a minute. Man, what the whole purpose of this? I guess he was trauma bonded.
That's a lot of the reason why people stay away from family, though. Because if you think about it, when you changing, your family is going to always remember who you were. So, like, you would think you really got to another level in your life, and you get back around your family, and they like, yeah, I remember when you used to do such and such. So you got to still be doing that, or that's the only thing they relate to you about. But
to like branch off to it, like what I try to do it. Like whoever I'm dating or was dating, I try to really tell my family like a lot of the bad stuff they did.
Yeah.
Because if I get with them, my family gonna always be like, I remember you cheated on him, or you threw some fucking water in his face. Like, so I kind of like try to leave like the bad shit out. But like if I'm dating somebody, if they ask, I'm just gonna tell them because I don't really think it's that damn bad. What the fuck I got going?
One of our listeners, Brittany Brion, says some people aren't healing; they're just putting stuff in the back of their mind.
That's true.
I don't know.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. I guess you don't know that you're healing until you're healed.
You're healed, right?
It's like this don't come with instructions. Like life don't come with instructions, and getting over this, that, and the other. Everybody you can take yourself out of the situation, and everybody can get this is what you got to do, and you need to do this to get past this. But sometimes it's just not that simple. You have to go through pains and ordeals and valleys and peaks just to realize what looks familiar and what you cannot and cannot do. But as far as trauma bonding, there were some signs. One of the other signs was that you're moving too fast. You like to pay attention to them when they tell the bad things that's going on, but you're not that interested in what's going on in their regular life, and you start prying into some of the things. It becomes abusive at some point, where some people like some people use like, oh, I don't deserve to be with you, and then still lay that same bullshit on you.
Do you think social media is trauma? I think we're all experiencing trauma bondage in social media. Because the most things that are highlighted on social media are the bad things.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I mean, even going back to what you said, Didi, about just about telling people your business, and I think that's social media. We tend to get on there and just tell everything. People use that against you, or use that to get in your life. Like when I was reading and researching trauma bonding, that was the part that stood out to me, the perpetuator, the person that's you telling this information, like you said, Didi, like, and I'm gonna act like I can relate to what you're going through to make like I care, or make you think I'm on your level, or we should be more than what we is. I mean, I don't believe in shutting down and not having a conversation. I just believe in just being more careful of who you have them conversations and who you tell, because it's good to talk about those things. If you got somebody that you can trust.
I just kind of feel like I don't really like if I tell you something and we dating, or even if we partners, I don't feel like it's nothing that bad that if somebody else know, I'm really gonna really give a fuck. I mean, like if I told Love something and it was just somebody relationship shit and it kind of got back, I'd be like, well, I mean, I kind of told them in privacy, but I just don't feel like the people who I'm talking to is gonna come back and add a little bit more to it. So like, if I'm like I talk dirty damn near every day. Like if it was something that came out that like we talked about, boy, I know he ain't talking. Well, it's gonna be a whole nother conversation. But it's like, I mean, if it got out, like it really don't bother me. You know
y'all probably didn't build y'all relationship on that though. Like it probably didn't start off as a relationship where y'all was just talking about all y'all shit. It probably started off as y'all was kicking it. Y'all was cool. Y'all found something positive that attracted y'all to each other as friends. And now as friends, y'all trust each other enough to share some of the negatives.
I think me and him probably got cooler through trauma. To be honest,
I got a phone call. I'm like, what's it? What I'm getting a phone call for?
I was like, shit. Like,
I didn't know we was that cool.
We got cool because I'm like, man, I see you all the time. Fuck, you gotta listen to me. So shit. So, but
listening ever since.
But we didn't have any other. We didn't have like any other outstanding factors. Like we're not gay or nothing. So we just cool can talk about shit like that.
So is trauma bonding actually bad though? Can we say that some trauma bonding is a good thing because you can meet some very genuine people through trauma bonding?
It could be therapeutic.
Yeah,
it could be therapeutic if I'm steady telling like, bro, so and so, or he's saying so and so, and we back and forth exchanging ideas about how to get past this and how to get some type of peace. And I don't want anything else from you but you to listen to me, then that's different. But if I'm telling you something and you're using that against me every time we're having a relationship and I'm trying to explain to you why, but you saying this is happening because I told you about this, and I'm like, no, that's not why it's happening. You're addicted to the bad shit that I was telling you about, like you the cleanup lady or something like that. Or I'm listening to how some guy did you. Well, I'm not going to attack that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just listening to you just to be listening.
But you know what happens is, like, when you're doing that, I think it comes to a point I'm going to say on the female side, that it comes to the point, like, if you can't let this shit go, it's like I can't even talk to you about shit. Yeah. Because sometimes when I talk to you, it always come back to what I realize now I probably should have even told you.
Yeah.
And I think some people forget, like, as a man, if I'm telling you some shit, it's not for you to use this against me. Because I wouldn't even tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you should have enough respect that I even told you this shit. And it kind of go both ways. Like, go ahead.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I think that happens in every relationship with men and women. No. And so, like, I think women are natural fixers. Like, we are natural born healers, fixers, nurses, doctors, because we carry children and everything about us is really raising and parenting. And so when a man tell us something about themselves and then we experience a situation with them, our immediate thought process is to figure out why they did it. So just say if you tell your girl when you first meet her, like, my mama used to whoop me when I was a kid, right? Just an example. And so then later, and you tell her how that made you feel, and then later on you go and do something to her, and she be like, that's because you act like that with me because your mama whooped you when you was a kid. To you, it feel like, damn, you throwing some shit up in my face that I tell you. But for that woman, she's just trying to figure you out.
But that might not be the reason why, though.
And that's true. That's why I'm just trying to get why we do it.
So I just feel like,
because it's not like we trying to throw it in y'all face or trying to, and I see how it really shuts men down. It make y'all stop talking to us.
I ain't gonna say, I wouldn't even go before and say, because it's men that do the same shit too.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the reason why come you want to go out all the time because your last boyfriend let you do this or do that. And so what I realized is, sometimes you got to sit back and think like, you know what? I ain't even finna say this shit because I know I ain't trying to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Come back on me. Because it can be a whole lot of things that you want to tell somebody, but the person, and this kind of go back to it, like, you got to know who you talking to.
Yeah.
After a while, after a week or two, even if it's your girl or somebody, like, you know what, I kind of see, like, last time I talked to him about this shit, the conversation didn't go the way that I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So at some point, it's you. You got to be like, you know what, I did want to tell you about so-and-so. I want to get off my chest, but maybe I can't do it with you. So what normally happens is you telling somebody else, and then they hear from somebody else, like, then it creates this
whole breakdown.
It get all the way left.
So how do you avoid those potholes? Like,
shut up.
I think it's about
is that trial by fire? Because at certain points,
It's gonna be trial by
you know, like once you get cool with somebody, you like talking to them.
Yeah.
So like if something's bothering you, when somebody around you and they kind of know you a little bit, they gonna be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
You like nothing. Then you're not opening up. So when you
I
finally
think it's
give it
about
to them,
real discernment. Like in the, people pray for it, people talk about it all the time. But like, if I build a relationship with you, whether it's trauma bonding or not,
Right.
you have to know that I genuinely want you to be a better person. So if I genuinely want you to be a better person, whether we end up staying cool or not, I don't want to see you hurting.
But see,
So chances are I'm not going to do anything to intentionally hurt you.
if I'm thinking, and I'm kind of still like on the trauma bonding. And I'm gonna use Dirty for example. If I'm talking to Dirty, he has to relate to something that I'm talking about.
Right.
Because when you give me advice, I want to feel like the advice that I'm getting from anybody at this table is genuine.
Right.
And it can't be genuine if a motherfucker ain't never cheated on you. If I'm talking about somebody cheated on me, you never been cheated on.
Yeah.
Like, how we gonna talk about this shit? If I'm talking about smoking a hookah and you don't smoke hookah, it's like, how can you give me? So when you dating somebody, if both of y'all just got a situation, this happened to her, this happened to you, and we know this already.
Yeah.
So I feel like us talking
down, man.
in between those lines, it's gonna be cool.
That's just like, I mean, not to be too personal, but personal. Right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up with a lot of trauma and bonded relationships from men who have had kids on it.
Exactly.
Because women are going to feel like they can openly talk to me about
Right.
that. And I won't be judgmental, or I will have a genuine, like, I've actually been through it, versus most women who will be like, girl, no, if that happened to me, I will leave them. Or, they're just going to say what they would do if they was in that situation.
But that mean you gotta
Call
shut
my
it
baby
down.
mama.
But that
But
mean
I would be the person who could tell them, like, this is what I actually did. It don't mean that's what you're supposed to do.
but what if that ain't what? But see, I think like it can come to a point to where that ain't what you always want to talk about.
It's not.
So it's gonna have to be a time
Yeah.
like listen,
It's not.
if we ain't talking about shit else, I'm done talking about
Yeah.
that.
But if it was something that I could do to help somebody else through, I would.
That's true, but
Yeah.
listen, you will realize this motherfucker don't want no help.
Yeah, it's some people just want to be nosy.
now okay, so all right,
You don't want no help.
all right, so okay, not the person. Okay, let's say
Is DT gonna jump in this or what?
So-
You gonna stand back there the whole
She's trying to
time?
be cute and blind.
let's not say let's say it's a person who keeps dragging on to their drama. Like they always talking about what they baby daddy do all the motherfucking time, or like, God damn, I don't okay, like
That's draining.
so it's like not that I care about what you're talking about, but
I'm tired of hearing.
I don't have a solution for what he did today.
Yeah.
Or what he did yesterday. Like, and how do you get? Like I said, how do you avoid these potholes? Like, let's just eliminate.
I
Let's
think
just
it's
talk
more
about
action.
relationships.
It gotta be more action than words.
Or do you ever ask that person, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to diffuse that situation?
This is I'm just making this scenario up. So I don't have to ask anybody to ask that.
Dang, I wanted that too as well. Just came in doing stuff.
You
DT,
should've
how
been grabbing him.
you've been listening to what we've been
I
talking
wanted
about?
it too.
No, I've been actually
That was the
trying to
colorful
watch
one?
the show so I can do it on the day you might not be here.
Have you ever been in a relationship, not necessarily a loving relationship, but just a relationship with a person where y'all bond with some bad shit that happened, and y'all got through, one of y'all got through it, and the relationship wasn't cool anymore? We're discussing trauma bonding, like people are cool because some bad stuff that they've been through, getting hurt by a man. You ever got cool with a girl because you got hurt by a guy or anything like that? Got cool with somebody who you work with because
Shit ain't
y'all don't
good
get
for
like
you,
what's going on at work, and you got an advance and they didn't, but they still want to hang on to something that you're not living through anymore.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
So how do you avoid, like, like when you meet new people, you know how we are. We got wise guy talk. We just don't talk about everything. But damn, you went through that too. So all of a sudden you want to talk about some stuff because you found somebody who's going through the same situation that you're going through. But then you realize that one of us isn't going through it anymore. So I necessarily don't want to have that type. Let's talk about the Cardinals or something. Like, I don't want to talk about that shit no more. How do you move on from that type of shit?
You just gotta want to move on. You gotta want to see yourself someplace else,
Yeah.
different. We have a tendency to dwell because it's toxic.
Mm-hmm.
It's more toxic in this than anything.
The word toxic, it isn't going anywhere. I see now, huh? That
I think it's-
motherfucker.
I mean,
stuck
I'm
in-
experiencing that right now where, like, people want you to stay stuck in a place of hurt. And it's like, you got to choose whether something is going to be something you deal with forever. Because we can stay stuck in something that hurts us. It's a personal choice. Like, happiness is really a personal choice.
It's the company that you keep around you.
Yeah, because, exactly. Because people that
It's
really
gonna be the
care about
company
you,
that
they
you
want to
around
see you happy.
I mean,
Even when you're going through something, your real good friends going to be like, come on, let's go somewhere. Let me get you out the house. Let me do this with you.
you know what?
because-
I'm gonna use you for instance.
Okay.
It's like saying you doing fashion shows, right? And you started doing fashion show with me, and then after a while, you done got somebody famous to come, and it's like I'm steady trying to bring you back to let's do this. You be like, no, I'm trying to do something else now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even relationship, like I don't want to do this no more. But it's like y'all keep talking about this same shit.
Yes.
After a while, the action have to be, you know what? I gotta go start hanging around T-Love, man.
Yeah.
Because I know somebody else who's doing it a little bit more than what I am.
Right.
I need to go over there. Because what I'm doing here, relationship, family, it's not working for me no more.
Right.
Whether I'm at work and I keep hearing y'all come to work talking about the same, you know what? Maybe this ain't for me no more.
Yeah.
So at some point, even this relationship, like, look, me and you cool, but the shit you on, I'm trying to go that
I'm
way.
trying to go higher.
And you trying to go that way. So it's about action. So at some point, you got to be like, you know what? I'm just going to change up. I've been talking dirty every day. This shit ain't getting me nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to start calling PA now.
We have a tendency too to cover our own. So if we got 5 friends, and you know, because I'm not going through what she's going through in my mind, I'm like, fuck that. I'm trying to be somewhere different.
Mm-hmm.
But yet I'm doing something that ain't right. So it's like this circle is so we can't get out of each other's way.
Way. Yeah.
But you know, it's kind of like,
We gotta want to see different.
it's kind of like, I ain't going to say name stuff like that. But it's like me knowing somebody, knowing 2 people personally, I'd be like, dang, where's Shantae at? I don't really fuck with her no more. Like, why not? And she just on some different shit. And then I might go on that page like, oh, damn, Shantae doing the damn thing. I can kind of see why.
Yeah.
So maybe you probably the person I should have been talking to the whole time.
Right.
Because you just stuck her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So-
you just stuck her.
And the minute
So,
you
Didi-
do that, people will think you acting funny. Or
I am
brand
acting
new,
funny.
But I am. I'm acting
Shit, I ain't
better.
acting funny.
Didi,
Get the hell
so-
out of here.
Yes.
What do you do? I'm gonna ask you to tell the listeners. What do you do if you start sensing that? When you start sensing that the reason you're cool is because of this and that, do you address them and tell them like, "Hey, listen," or do you just find a side way
I'm
out the
very
door?
vocal. I think the best thing you can offer anybody is truth and honesty. I don't never want nobody to think I feel a certain type of way. I want them to know I feel a certain type of way. And you know, I know that it can pain a person for you to walk away from them and they don't know why you walked away from them. Like, no, I'm gonna let you know. Like, this isn't working for me. Who you are is not, I'm not there anymore. It doesn't mean that where you are is wrong. It just means I'm not there anymore. And it seemed like our relationship is just based on a whole bunch of pain and draining and misery. And I ain't happy
Have you
with
ever had that conversation with anyone?
Yes, I have.
Anybody else?
I haven't. I haven't had that conversation with anyone ever in my life. And there's some times where I've been like,
I
God
just
damn,
had
my
that
nigga, like
conversation
I
like
don't
2
want to hear
days
about
ago.
you keep falling off because of this, that, and the other.
Right.
And you're not. But it was something else I read today was sometimes you got to be accountable for how many times you let somebody do you some kind of way. It ain't always they fucked you up this many times. Sometimes you got to shut that shit down at the door, so you don't have to go through that many times of being hurt. So
Yeah.
like that's another time. That's just another example. But
But that leads to trauma bonding also,
Yeah.
because you're
Hey.
gonna call somebody else who just hurt just like you, and
To
y'all be
hurt
on the
the same
same,
way.
stuck in the
Yeah.
same hurt shit.
okay, so that was trauma bonding, folks. That was the first session of What Up Doe Radio. Appreciate all the comments. We're not gonna go to no break or anything like that. I want to go on to the next topic. Earlier today, I saw there was a guy floating around with an 18-year-old girl. He's 50 years old. It was his goddaughter. He married her. So it made me start thinking like, that's disgusting to me first and foremost. So like, but like, as we do the R. Kellys and all these things that's been going on, this is a major issue in our community. But what is the age? Have you guys? I'm gonna ask the ladies. Who want to answer this question first? What's the oldest age that you guys ever dated up?
And give the years in between. Not the
Yeah.
They 50. I want to know.
No, I mean the age, like the age difference.
Like how old? Yeah.
Who's going to answer this question first?
I usually like guys younger than me, so like.
Oh, okay.
I might be the R. Kelly.
All right.
Shelly Kelly.
Shelly Kelly.
Some Shelly Kellys out here.
That was the only good time.
Come on down,
That was
Shelly.
the only good time you used that right there.
Mama, hide your sons.
Sorry. So let's skip me, please.
Okay. What about you? What about you, DT?
Probably like 20 years, and I was young. But yeah,
Was it a bad experience?
let me tell you what happened. So I went with this man, and I was so nervous. And he had a bottle of Dom Perignon, right? And he's
Host
like,
the bubble.
you want a drink? And
Was
I
it
was
Luther?
Luther John Toro.
And I was like, yeah. So I drank. And then he said, oh, you like that, huh? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you want to go watch the airplanes? And I was like, yeah. So,
Shit.
listen. So I drank another cup, right? By the time we got there and we just was chilling, I threw up everywhere. I was so nervous. I just didn't know what to do. So he had to take me home. But he never called me again.
Yeah. I mean, that was his fault.
That was God made you throw up. He saved you that night.
I got a question.
Right now, with me having daughters, like having a 19-year-old and a 24-year-old, if they came to me and their boyfriend was 50, I would have an issue with that. I would want to know, like,
What you see in my daughter?
want with my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be like, look at her.
What, and I even, like, for me, that was always my issue with dating
Look at her.
older men. I always thought they wanted to control me, or like, you know, they didn't want from me what I wanted from them. They just wanted to, you know, boss me around.
Some men like controlling. They get them young.
I got a question on
You know
the
what I'm
top.
saying?
I got a question on
Some
the top.
men do like to control.
I got a question on the top. So there was this goddaughter. Was that like his partner,
Right.
or the girl? I just
I don't
like.
know. I only read the pre.
It's not important, but it really is. Cause I want to know how. I want to know how T Love just started dating my daughter and they get married. Cause them be like,
Well,
I'm be like, nigga.
Actually, her mom dated the guy.
Okay, so it's
So
the mom.
he been eyeballing her from the jump. That's fucking trifling as fuck.
Yeah, like that's the bad part about
Okay,
it.
But
so
it goes
all right.
back to what if the daughter was
No, okay, so
attracted to
this
him.
is the exact question.
How do you get married?
What is the exact age difference where you think this is disgusting? Like, there's no way that you should be dating anybody at
That age right
I
there.
think it's different, bro.
But that's 30.
Yeah.
30.
If you're 26,
But
I feel like you know what
think
the
about
hell you're
years.
doing.
Like, think about
She 18.
Yeah,
Maxine and Jerry.
What was their age?
He had to be like 20 years older than Maxine.
Yeah, but it didn't seem like that when we
And it
was
seemed
in,
like that because that was back in the day, like older
My
days.
grandmama was 16.
Yeah,
and my
like that
granddaddy
was really
32.
the thing back then.
Yeah.
That's still happening in certain areas.
Yeah, I mean,
but
because
that's what I was gonna ask. 'cause
it was
some
like the younger the
areas-
better
So,
because
the mental
has
is
nobody
not-
said a number yet?
we
Somebody give me
don't
a number.
know.
Give me
Like
a number.
you can't really
no-
give no number.
I think it's the
because
maturity of the
maturity
young
level.
person.
Fats,
Yeah.
how young you going? So you. So you.
This ain't the
somebody-
fat show.
I
I went-
Nah, I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit.
This is the store earlier. You ain't store no more.
Listen,
Lord, don't wanna be a
the
star,
store ain't
y'all.
shining right now. Look, hey, look. Nah, it's kind of. I'm gonna say I can't defend it at all because he knew her, but it's like me dating somebody and what if I don't ask your age right away? Then it's like it kind of go on a little bit, but like damn you how old?
You want some
I'm gonna
ice
tell you
cream?
You don't ask
something.
your age, but you
Guys
say you-
lie about their ages way more than women. I've had 2 separate guys lie to me
Yeah,
about
like,
their ages.
Everybody do it.
Wow.
It ain't just no.
I wouldn't
They
date
want
nobody
to
younger
be
than my
older.
daughter. That's kind of like my
They
cutoff.
wanted
See,
to be
look.
older.
I'm not dating nobody younger than my
If they
daughter.
know because they knew I was older.
That's
they wanted
love.
to be
That's my
older.
cutoff. I'm not dating
Love,
nobody
what's
younger than my
do you
daughter.
have if
That's
what's a
think
number
that's
to you?
I
Yeah.
don't think you can give a number. I think it's just variables. It's just the situation.
It's because or you,
Now, if we talking about that situation, that's disgusting. Because you wouldn't watch this girl like you said. But we don't know. Did he watch it? You know, you don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say.
So as a
was
man, do
watching.
y'all feel like y'all wouldn't like all gloves off? Y'all wouldn't be attracted to an 18-year-old girl. Like,
Not like that.
No.
What if you didn't know? Like,
Not when I found
what
out
if,
she
you,
was
what
18.
if you didn't know that she was 18?
But listen though, because this is what I was thinking about
What if
earlier.
you got this 18-year-old girl that's taking care of you? She's at 18.
When you
a
go
young
to a-
lady is mature as hell.
When you go to a strip club,
Some.
there's to see strippers. There aren't any 50-year-old strippers or 40-year-old strippers.
Right.
They're few. They're 18, 19, 24, and then to 32. So you put yourself in situations like that, and you're like, damn, like to me, it's a weird topic. Like it's just some shit. Just you're like, I ain't doing
So
that
does
shit.
that mean
That
that-
shit weird.
And right now, you know, we older doing things that our parents weren't doing at our age.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you
It's
know.
a big difference.
That's
I
a
don't know
difference.
If
about
y'all
Hank.
left
I don't know
y'all
about
women
Hank.
I don't
right
remember my
now,
daddy 40 going to a
I
fucking strip
can't
club.
see you all. If y'all were not, if y'all divorced or wasn't with y'all wives right now, y'all wouldn't want an older woman. Y'all would
You
definitely
don't.
want to date down.
you don't.
See what I'm saying?
I don't get any men. I don't get older men at me.
Why
Young
not?
Me neither.
men
I
come at
never
me
get
hard.
older men trying to talk to me.
Ever.
Ever.
I cannot get nobody.
I don't even get all the
DT has
action
a
in my
Hellcat.
DM as girls. Like women
DT
on my
got a
page
Hellcat.
act like men be in they DMs and inbox
But if you
all
watch,
day
but if you
long.
watch
I
it,
never
it
get
seems
that.
like the younger women are messing with the older men, and the younger
Right.
men are messing with the older women. When you know, what I see when I'm out moving around, that's what you see.
Because the younger girls want to be taken care of. And their
The
needs.
older girls want to be
let me
taken
say,
care
their
of.
needs are not as much as
youngsters
the
are
older
doing it.
woman. Like if you
Yeah,
date an older
that's
woman,
true.
she need her mortgage, her car note, her kids.
No.
Some life
Stop.
insurance.
That means you got the
Woman.
wrong person.
That-
Like,
Right.
like, listen. If you, the same people old do the same thing when they're young. You are who you are. If you 18 and you have somebody paying all this shit, when you get 50, you're gonna want the same thing. Because there's people that's 50 that's willing to do whatever. I mean, they still want to go 50-50 with you. So
Yo, barber, man, your lining is like.
I mean, in this line,
I told him I was.
so
I told him.
fresh.
I told him I was the
Almost
store.
like-
I said I need a store haircut. this is what he came out with.
Like
But-
it's nice and black, and then it's smooth, but it got like a little wave right there, and then
not
the
get wet,
fade, the
goddamn.
fade.
It can get
is
wet.
down.
It can get
You
wet.
can't hop in the pool.
I can. What y'all talking about?
It looked like he ain't really got to brush it in the morning or nothing.
It's gonna get cut again this week. Shout out to Zell, man. This will come out her, man. I don't know the address. This is my dog.
Fuck no.
They just fucked up the whole topic. That's the real show killer.
I'm so sorry, y'all, but this is like.
I
this is
asked
like
about
a 7.
like
And look at he used that spray.
Did you
That's,
get
I don't
that
use
whip?
anything.
You got spray?
I don't use anything. They do.
Use it.
remember back in the day, Elgin used to, what was that Elgin used? It used to be that
Nah,
it was called the whip.
Beijing.
You'll never
It was
understand.
the Beijing, and
Oh,
you looked
man.
whipped up.
Not get wet. Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you got color in your hair too?
No. Okay.
He went to the zoo earlier, and the lion licked the top of his head. You know what I'm
Hey, hey, and you know what happened? He was after me, but the lion had him on licks in him. Dirty had his head like, again. Again, fat.
Hey man, November 13th, this type of shit's gonna be happening.
Again. I'm gonna tell you. I can tell y'all some shit that, you know, when I remember I cut my hair, it was real low. Dirty was like, oh, I'm finna catch up to him now. Look at him now.
I got that salt and pepper.
Push it.
But
When he took his head off and said, push it.
I say, when you get out the teens in the late, that's when it's time to like, not the age of the woman, but like, you shouldn't be dating a woman. I don't think you should date a woman 20 years younger than you. Like,
If you
Unless-
20, she 40.
unless you're 60.
Or it's just your maturity
Or
level.
you filthy rich.
Because, I mean, nowadays, like, you look at 50-year-olds, like, 50 is like the new 30. 50,
Depending on
when
how
we
you are.
When we were
Do
young,
what you
we
do.
thought our parents was old
But
as shit.
see, listen. The dude on the picture, he dressed like he was 70. So that kind of
Hey.
matters.
Everybody, like, but your kids,
was that her?
kids not right
I
now
don't
think
think
you
so.
old as shit
Why
right
y'all
now.
talk
though.
about
No,
y'all
my
boy?
kids
Let me
think
ask
I'm
y'all a
young.
question. Why
Don't
don't
say
talk
it.
about y'all boy Jay? Z.
What he did?
Right, 'cause
Beyonce was a
Beyonce.
kid.
But Beyonce lying about her age.
Yeah,
She
she
ain't
like
getting
she
ready.
probably
You
a little
know
more
that.
39.
Beyonce
Beyonce,
is-
Beyonce,
My-
and them was
Beyonce is
kids.
older than me.
Beyonce was kids when they first hit the scene.
Man, when they bring out some motherfucking indictment papers about Hov, I start.
Right, you can't say. You know what? New rule.
Since she got old.
We got a new rule. You can't talk about Jay-Z on the show.
Cannot talk about Jay-Z.
Come on, love.
His hair.
Nothing.
Shout out to every.
No, we could talk about his hair. I love Jay-Z, but we gonna talk about his hair.
Yeah, the hair. You know what?
It ain't right.
You know what? You know what I realized?
Like it's Haitian or something.
I realized that when people
It
get so
don't
much
go
money,
in
I
there.
feel like they just don't care no
They
more.
just be doing.
So
Yeah,
I be like,
but
damn, why you ain't got your hair cut? You
like-
got
cause
some
if
You
money.
ain't gonna say
Anybody
nothing
else-
about your
No,
guy
if
hair.
anybody else did that,
You ain't gonna say nothing about your guy hair.
Who?
Kanye West sat down at Stevie Wonder chair this weekend.
I mean, Kanye West
That-
don't do all the dumbest shit
I'm
ever,
saying,
but
so you
he's the
can't have hair
smartest
like
man
that, though. You can't
alive.
have that hair like that.
I
though.
think
I just think he just going
So he
through
get that off.
something.
He get that
like
off.
Jay-Z not going through nothing. Kanye is mental in a sense, but he's so brilliant.
I think he.
Don't say nothing else about Kanye, and I mean that.
So Jay-Z was
So
32,
it's the-
she
that's
was
the rule
20
too?
when they started dating.
He was what?
He was 32, she was 20.
What is 12 years?
Hey, I ain't got nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, 20.
Nah, because a 32-year-old man and a 20-year-old
Okay.
woman
Didi,
is different.
I gotta read
That's
this
about
comment
even.
because this is the best comment all night.
What?
They said that Hennessy just sitting right there.
That's because of here, right here, Foot Locker.
Come get it. Who needs
No,
it?
I got it. I'm gonna take care of
You
that
got
Foot
it.
Locker. Don't worry about
That's
it.
why I asked, like, you need a cup? Like,
I don't drink dark liquor.
well, you drink
I
that.
don't even drink liquor.
She just be bringing it.
I just be having it. So this is for the team.
She just be having money, like Young Thug. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't say money. I just be having liquor.
Don't quote me right
Don't
now.
right. Don't say that.
I mean, 20 years younger. I guess it depends. 32 and 20, I can see that. Because you still kind of young. Like, as a man, I'm still young. Like, I'm still doing the same shit you doing.
Do you think it's gonna
She
reach a
can't even
point?
buy a drink.
Yes, she can.
And I'm gonna
Man,
tell
she
y'all
got an ass. She
something.
can buy
I'm
some
gonna
drink.
tell y'all something.
What
about
20-year-old you know
dating-
can't buy no liquor?
Dating younger guys.
Who the hell card for liquor?
Hold on.
Younger guys are they do way more than older men. As far as like they open doors.
They don't know
for
no
you.
better.
They they stamina is different.
Yeah.
Their drive is different.
That's because
I mean, they
on
just-
Adderall.
They on everything.
No, not drug addicts.
They on everything.
All of
y'all
them not.
dating?
All of them not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't want to hear that. Man, that's who you dating because people you're attracted to who you're attracted to. If you don't like somebody, you don't like them. So the same person that you dating that's younger than you opening doors would be the same person that's older.
But
He's
most
gonna
older
be
guys
older.
are not opening doors.
I don't.
Y'all
Open
open
it.
doors?
Everybody at this table
Oh,
open
Listen,
doors.
let me tell y'all something. I done went in the store where I done damn near opened the door for a minute.
Oh, we saying literally open the door?
Yeah.
Oh, I was
saying-
lost. My bad.
Yeah, like when
I'm
you
supposed
get
to
in the
open up
car,
different
open
avenues in
door.
your life.
Like, okay, just how.
Oh, no, I ain't opening no
Just how.
doors.
Let me say this.
Fast, you don't open.
Mo-
Fast don't open.
No, I
like,
ain't no,
for-
I
Open trunk.
will.
for a man, if
On
you
a
in
date?
your car,
Not
if
every
you
date.
ain't, if your woman is already in the car and you're getting in, you feel comfortable with that woman not making sure your door is open.
Nah.
Like if she don't reach over and
Nah.
unlock the door, or
I
pull
mean,
on
that's-
her
we
back-
don't have
I'm not
them
one.
kind of cars
I'm
no
gonna pump
more.
the gas and do all that, but I'm not opening no.
Let me
Like,
We don't have them
nah.
kind of cars no
Let
more.
me tell you
I
a
got
secret,
you.
ladies.
My car open. My door open itself.
Let me tell you a
Now
secret.
we chilling, garçon.
No matter how old a man is, if he like you, he's going to conform to what he thinks you like.
Flat out.
And I bet you that same
I
young
say that
man
one time.
that's opening the door for you got a young woman he ain't opening the door for.
Probably so.
So
Yeah, I agree
But
with
it's
you.
you know what you know what it's like
I
flowers.
open the door for everybody.
Hey, listen, it's like I'm not a flower guy, but if I know you like flowers, I'll buy you some flowers from time to time. But I'm not finna be doing it. That's just not me. That's not the romantic side of me. Like opening
It
doors.
ain't about you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. If you like flowers, I'll buy you some. But you got some people like that's what they like to do. So if I want to be, I guess the typical 1940, 1950 person to open your door every time I do that, that's cool if that's
not
what you
white
like.
people saying, but that don't
You know
have
what
to be
I'm saying?
1954
I'm
or
saying-
anything. That just could be.
But that's some old man shit.
It's not old man shit.
Man, ain't no young soul no motherfucking doors. for
Why
nobody,
not?
man.
Why
Man,
not?
What-
we hopping out too quick.
No, there's nothing wrong with being. Sometimes,
Man, we out of we
Sometimes-
always late.
sometimes
Open your
being, a
motherfucking
gentleman,
door.
being a gentleman is not.
And that's
that'll
what it is,
never
being
get
a
old.
gentleman.
Okay, but
That'll
it's-
never
Or
get
just
old.
having
That's
dinner.
been
Yeah.
so that's being a
Where
gentleman.
are they?
But it's some women that want to open the door for you. What's wrong with that?
Okay.
Okay, I'll reach over.
Okay.
So I think
Like,
a
all
woman
right, you
should,
do
if a
that.
woman is in the car before you, and she should reach over and either unlock the door or push it open or something like that.
Is that a deal breaker?
she's
Yeah.
the one.
For a man not open the door,
So,
Yes.
are you gonna pay attention to, like, let's say you're doing a lot of stuff for a woman,
you know,
and she's not making, while you making all the periods and paragraphs, and if she ain't putting no commas in the story, you gonna pay attention to some of that shit, to all the stuff that you love. But damn, I would show like if you just fry this shit right quick one day.
Let me say this.
Deal breaker, but
It's the interview. That's what I always call it, the interview. When you first meet somebody, I'm not finna give you no falsehoods like I finna open this door for you every time. So I'm not finna start right now opening no doors when we first meet because I'm not finna be doing that shit in 2 more months. So if I feel like that's what you want, like if she stand by the door, I'd be like, okay, show me what I'm gonna do it for. You know what I'm saying? I do it. That's what you want. But I'm not finna be doing all this shit to make you think I'm a gentleman.
I'm just saying that's.
But I mean,
you.
what if somebody?
Yeah,
just
I said
does
that's
it
me.
and it's not
That's
something
me.
they even know you want. What turns you on is the person who just does it without knowing that's what you want. Like stuff won't necessarily be a deal breaker, but like if me and a man walking, just say we in a Delmore loop, and he walks on the inside instead of the outside, I'm saying something about that.
Are you saying something to him?
I'm saying something to him
But
directly.
see, it's like
You better have that trouble
Like,
bonding
yeah,
with
yeah,
somebody.
like,
You better
you
not say
had
this
to-
shit to me.
Deal breaker,
but like I
but-
said, you have to start thinking about what you attract. Like
I don't understand
a lot
why
of
that's
these,
a problem.
a lot of these
That's
things,
what I'm saying.
a lot of these things that we talking about right now, we was built on that. Like my dad, he showed me a lot of Casablanca movies and things of that nature, and I was seeing the man.
Shouts out to
being-
your pops.
But did you
I
teach
was-
your sons this?
It's just like
Yes,
yeah,
like
it's
I'm think
certain
they
things.
watching me do it because I treat their moms. I treated their moms like that.
When I
So if
see
you saw
women
me
let
doing
their
stuff,
kids walk behind them, that
you gotta
drives me
be,
insane.
you gotta give them a model.
And what
Like,
did they get you?
Where we at right now? What up? Hey, dog, let's in this motherfucker. What you talking about?
Y'all ain't talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
You was
Legends
coming
in
out
this
hard.
motherfucker,
They ain't
you know?
let you know about
Okay,
it.
well, okay. I guess we might as well address that right now.
No, I'm just saying.
No, you might as well address it right now. The eight ball.
Y'all thought that was an inside thing, Scoop?
Yeah, we did.
We
No.
kinda
I,
did what
told,
we saying.
I wasn't hurt. I didn't get no invite.
We
I
just thought
know.
maybe you didn't
How
want to come.
was PA in the picture?
But I know PA love that.
I know
It
people.
sounded like it was. It
Can I
was
tell you
kinda
something, Didi?
fixed
I
up and
know
we
people.
did it.
Didi, I'm finna
It was
tell
in
you.
a group
Didi,
text that we not
Didi,
in.
listen,
It was in a
Didi,
group text?
I'm finna tell you the honest to God truth.
Okay.
When I seen that picture, I said, damn, I'm glad I didn't show up, Dirty. Am I lying?
Yeah.
I said, because if I would have came, they would have swore that we said we ain't telling none of the women on the show we was going to be there.
So what happened?
So you want to hear the
With the eight ball.
Show,
you
he
want to hear this? You
engineered.
want to hear this? Because when we aired it, I'm
everybody
gonna air it
was there?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We didn't know. First of all, we didn't know.
Nobody
A-Ball
knew it.
and MJG was coming.
I'm in
Guccio hit
sleep.
me and asked me. Guccio hit me and asked me. Said, "Bun B, shout out to Guccio. Needed a spot. Record his podcast."
Right.
I said, "I know a spot." I gave him the address. I'm somewhere else. I'm on my partner boat ride. On
Then
the
how
dock.
you get here
I'm on the boat.
without
Right.
telling us?
I was in 5 minutes when I was coming in. They was walking out the door. Yeah, I was at the yacht club.
Well, the only reason why I
My
knew,
partner Euless, me, Dirt, me and him.
I can tell you why I knew. I can tell you how I knew. Because me and Dirty was talking about going to the show, but we didn't have no tickets. He called me. He said, Bun B's supposed to come through. I'm like, hey, see if he can get us some tickets.
Where I was.
And that was it. Like,
So everybody pointing at me now.
That was it.
So
We didn't even.
listen. So
you shouldn't have took the
story?
picture. You shouldn't have got in that picture.
You was there.
No.
And
You shouldn't have
usually
got in
for
that
us,
So
what
no,
happened?
listen. Guccio called Love. I'm asleep at the crib. I've been working all day.
Oh yeah, I was somewhere.
So he's
Yeah,
like,
we
hey man,
was.
can we get the studio? This is not to interview Bun B. It's for him to do his podcast here. So he needed his space to do that. So when I drop this video, you're gonna notice that I'm not saying anything throughout.
And we could have been in the audience.
But you live way where you live.
I would have came.
He made it from the boat.
Right.
With 5 minutes left.
That's
when I
all
got
right, we
her-
would've gotten
when
the
I got
picture.
her, they
What
was
was the boat
leaving.
riding though? What was the boat riding
The
though?
picture is the story. Don't nobody know. all this
Columbia.
back-
Well, now you
this-
know. Now you know.
I stay close
We
to
Hey,
the
I didn't cut you out of
Hey,
anything like
I
that.
knew the thing with me was, hey, they coming up here, just don't say to nobody. I'm like, I didn't even make it. Like,
And then y'all can't even tag What Up Radio on that picture. Because we wasn't here.
What Up Doe Radio
Whatever
was
was
here?
that, we were
Nah.
Well,
Yeah.
if I recollect 2 weeks ago, it was only 2 of us, and we still tagged What Up Doe Radio.
They
You
ain't
remember
care
that?
about
You
that, huh?
remember that, love?
Why you have to bring up old
They ain't
shit?
That's
care.
old. Ain't that old stuff? Ain't that old,
Brought
Didi?
up old stuff.
Ain't that old?
Today is
You brought up
Tuesday.
something old.
Today is
We on
Tuesday. You
plunger
just
time.
brought up old stuff.
Tuesday.
Get out of this.
We on plunger time. We bring up all
That
that
was
shit.
old.
Bringing up old shit.
How
You
old
too.
you gotta be for the old shit?
Not more than 2 days ago.
So that wasn't 2 days ago.
That was.
We talking about
What?
fun stuff right
Yes,
now.
sir.
And Bun
Do
didn't
y'all,
tell us
hey,
when he was
do,
interviewing.
do y'all want to get up on some serious subjects this evening as far as the young lady who was disappeared in
That's
Louisiana?
devastating.
Like, or do y'all want to keep where we at? Because I don't really have another topic besides what we said earlier. Sometimes when I be thinking about what we're gonna talk about, there's so many smart people. Y'all very articulate. Like y'all be saying everything, and I'm like, damn.
Did y'all talk about the Cowboys?
Let's keep on. We don't gotta talk about the Cowboys. They're speaking for themselves.
We talking about the Raiders?
So it's like that's how it's sometimes hard to produce a show because we are well-read black people in this motherfucker, and we do well speaking to each other. So we can have a free-for-all right now. We've been going on for 54 minutes.
So I think you should explain what's happening. I've had several people ask me what is actually happening with the roast. How should they dress?
Okay.
What should they look forward to? Is it entertainment? Will they get to say some shit?
I don't understand. First and foremost, I don't understand why everybody keeps saying they want to. I want to get in line. Do you know? I want you guys to understand. At the end of the roast, I get the mic. So everybody who wants to run up there and say like I want to roast you, you have to know that that's going to come back to you. So if you're willing to do that, you're more than welcome. We'll have a roast line appropriated for people who have anything they want to say to me in 2 or 3 minutes. But beyond that, it's going to be food. It's a black tie affair. If I'm not in the tux, I'm in a well-dressed suit.
Yeah.
My suit is going to thank me that night too. I promise it is. So everybody come looking at how you.
Your hair gonna look like fats. Ooh,
Hey, no, Leo got the.
Man, if your hair don't look like fats, stay at home.
So with that, what else is going? Of course, we're gonna have some great food. We're gonna have some professional comedians there. Some good friends of mine, Terrell.
Terrell Owens?
No, Terrell
Oh.
Beasley.
Yes.
So Terrell, he's gonna address me. What Farrah want to do, but she's scared what I'm gonna say back to her. So she gonna fall back off of that.
How could Farrah be scared about something? Everything about her is on the book. Like that's impossible.
She know I got a particular way of saying things.
Farrah, you scared?
Yeah, she's a little spooked.
I thought Farrah wasn't scared of nothing.
But that's our live for the evening, man. You can tune in. We're going to keep going, but since I don't want to get on no dull shit, that's our live for this evening. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to What Up Doe Radio this evening. But remember, November 13th, we're not done. We're done with the live. We're going to keep going with the audio because unless it pick back up, when the conversation get real great, but right now we just inventing things. The numbers still looking all right. I know, but I'm making up stuff. Right now, I'm still making up stuff as we talking right now. So, but remember, November 13th,
Ask them what they want to talk about. Sometimes they have
all I keep saying is the same people. Like Facebook fucking me up right now is doing Ebony Renee. You see that fast where it just got.
I got Gary on my shit. Maybe I had to refresh.
Right. So look, if it's anything that anybody wants to talk about right now, call 515-599-1687. 515-599-1687. You call in. We're having a free for all right now on What Up Doe Radio.
Talk about
what do y'all
my live.
feel about polygamy? Do y'all think that's going to be the new age of dating? Like, by the time my 7-year-old is an adult, 18, do y'all think polygamy is going to be the way of dating? Mm-hmm. I truly believe so. I think it's being talked about. It's in most shows now. Most of the teenager shows, it's on it.
Is
it? Yeah.
What teenage show
is that?
Do y'all watch, like, Good Trouble? Y'all have to watch, like... Yeah, y'all probably don't watch stuff
I'm
like
so
that.
not with the shit.
Yeah,
so they have a teenage show that is promoting it, or is this?
Well, it's a teenage show. They kind of like college students, so it's more young adults.
When they support of the culture.
When they being like, this is Jan and he dates.
Oh yeah, it's a real. They showing the whole setup.
How do you feel about it?
I've always felt like the male species was not made to be in a committed relationship. I think that's human nature. I think that's what society has made us do. I don't even think polygamy is a thing. I just think it's how the male species is. So, do I want to be in a polygamous relationship? No. Do I disagree with it?
I don't think nobody will say yeah.
Some people will say yes. And I think that's what's happening right now. They're out here.
Up north, right?
I also think that women are a lot more freer than we are. Like when I'm talking even to my daughters, they're living in a totally different time than we are. Our values and what we thought to be the quote unquote relationship, they don't think the same way. It's not even a lot of kids that's 18 and 20 that's looking forward to being married. Like, they don't have the same ideal of life as we do. They want to be free.
I'm gonna say this for guys. I think when we say that we want to be in a polygamous relationship, it's because we're thinking about the physical aspect of things, and that's.
Most of y'all are in polygamous relationships.
I tried it.
No, but I'm just saying
that shit stressful.
But I want to say this. Like 10 years ago, I tried that shit. That shit was over like in 1 week. Like, hey, get y'all ass out of here. This is stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but for real, because you think about it, it's like cool. Because you're thinking about the sexual aspect, but they got lives. She wants to do this over here. I don't ever think that I would ever be in a.
I'm gonna
that's not what I won't do anything like that.
I tried it for about a good month and a half, man. That shit drove me crazy. Because, like you say, at first, it's good to say, yeah, I got 2 chicks. It was cool to say it, but after saying it, man,
why
you think?
is
Hey, hold on.
so
What about
fun
listening to
then?
men create 60 million sperm cells a day. God don't waste nothing.
It's like
Okay.
it ain't no easy task. I mean, just like you got a woman that complain, imagine 2 of them. Like, man, whoever doing it.
What about you, DT?
No, but it's time. It's too
No.
time consuming.
Just flat out no.
Well, no. No.
What about the fun part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that fun, hey, that fun ain't gonna last that long.
Y'all don't think relationships would be better if that truth could be told? If that could just be
I just wish
what it was? Like, if everybody could be free and there was no.
better understanding
Right.
because it's just sad.
It's feelings.
Yes.
Once your feelings, like
It makes it
You
so
can-
much more
we
complicated.
can say all that be free. That's all good. But when one of the people feelings or more involved than another person's feelings, it's gonna be a
It's gonna
problem.
always
Love.
be
Okay,
It's gonna,
so-
it's gonna be a
Love, what you
problem.
think about it?
That's why I think the new generation gonna be able to do it.
We don't know.
How do you feel about
Women take-
being in a polygamous
You're right.
relationship?
Women would be less stressful.
I agree with what Dee said. I think people lay their cards on the table. If society allowed everybody to be more honest about their situations,
Yeah.
the world would be a lot better.
I laid
Show
my
killer.
cards on the table, man.
Show-
And producing will keep
show
happy
killer.
reproduction.
Would you rather have
That's
2
what happened
literics?
One and one only.
That's right. That's a great answer.
That's the best answer of the
At
night.
this stage in my life, one and one only. It
What
ain't
about when you're
nothing.
26?
Oh yeah,
17 literic. No.
3.
It's time consuming. And we ain't got that much time in the world.
No, man. That's one thing about.
Ain't that much time
Hey,
in the world.
that's one thing about all the subjects that we've been discussing. Most of the things that we talk about, we should not waste any of our time doing anything as far as trauma bonding. Once you find in negative situations, age difference, or polygamous relationships, anything that isn't feeling right, get the fuck away from it. Cut it off. You don't never know what's your last breath. We don't never know the last time we're gonna do What Up Doe Radio. I'm saying this on the neighborhood. No, I'm not on that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, man, be happy.
Yep.
Just
We
be happy.
make yourself happy. Try and be righteous. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know how much time we got here. So just
And literally live
right.
day
I'm
to
finna be happy
day.
if I
I
hit this
think
bottle
that
again.
that is what I have learned out of my last situation. It's like it's really a day to day living. Like, stop trying to live for 10 years from now and what's gonna happen tomorrow. Like, if doing what you're doing right now today is making you happy, go with that. Because tomorrow not promised.
That's why I be getting drunk. I be happier when
Tomorrow
I'm
is not
drunk.
promised.
Hey,
And if
for-
tomorrow that shit don't
I'm
feel
happier
right,
when I'm
don't
drinking.
do it.
I'm not a Bible person, but I'm guessing from the comments that he's been making about this guy Gary L. Harris says, "What about Abraham?" I'm guessing Abraham had a lot of wives or something.
Most of the men in
Okay.
the Bible have
Okay, speaking of the Bible, you had a topic earlier.
Damn, that's a good answer. Okay, so listen. In hip hop, if hip hop was a Bible, what would be the Old Testament, and when did the New Testament start?
For us artists.
As far as artists,
Yes.
Old Testament.
I would say Nelly, the lunatic, started the New Testament.
Okay.
Yes.
I said,
Your answer sounds terrible. It don't sound good.
I'm finna say it. I said it was the
Or
franchise
Bone.
boys.
I was just
Or
thinking
Bone.
But Bone and Nelly are the same. album.
Yeah,
Okay.
or Bone, yeah.
I said it was the franchise boys in the Atlanta movement. Because to me, like, when
you
they
stole my shit. Now, you just you just
got
stole
you.
it. Like,
I didn't use it against you. I used it with you. But you told me to say this.
no, I ain't tell you to speak.
Come
on, that's something. Now we Willie and Lester
Yeah, I
now.
got your own personal group text.
So,
No, I'm going back to that.
No, I don't text. So
We have.
I said the franchise. That's the first thing in my because I was like after that lean with it, rock with it. It was like
Was that after Nelly or before Nelly?
it was after, but it was like to me, and we had this conversation that I kind of felt like they made it for like anybody to just make music about just dancing and just kicking it, and I think it kind of changed like the rap music now.
I'm going to disagree because
Yeah, because then we had Hammer.
That's what he said, and I was like, Hammer was for the internet and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
When no
And Heavy
internet
D.
then.
yeah, it went on internet then. Like
the
Go
bulk
ahead.
of music was East Coast, and nobody was acceptable except for those the NWAs, you know, the DOCs and them little West Coast that snuck in. But to actually change the chemistry and the architecture work of hip hop was Nelly.
Yeah.
People had to accept this was coming from somebody somewhere that they did not know of.
Yes.
I have been everywhere.
But wait a minute.
And the reason why
I'm
we
gonna tell
can't
you.
really say bone is
I'm gonna tell you why it's
Hold on,
different.
let her
Because
let her
Master
finish,
P
let her
did that
finish.
too, though.
Let her finish.
What?
Master P did that. Nobody knew New Orleans to be independent. That was my second one. Like Master P made it to where people was open up their mind. Like, you know what? I don't want all my publishing. I want everything. I want to be independent. I can do it all myself.
And when did Master P come out?
It was
96.
It was before Nelly.
So in his because it was so independent, it didn't allow him to do.
Yeah, it wasn't
to
as
go.
big.
Who?
Okay.
No, he went there. Don't get it twisted. He went there.
I'm lost right now.
He went there.
Bring me back.
Independent is what he did out of his own pocket, out of his own.
But
back.
nobody knew New
But
Orleans.
also say this: a lot of people still wasn't like New Orleans. Like
Man, Master
they
P was a
still
whole
love
movie.
it.
Look.
Wait a minute.
No,
Master P-
no. We're going because you can't be Fat Boy and Matt. You got to choose one.
I'm going back. I'm sticking on
You
Master
should
P.
have said Master P earlier.
I told you I was going to say Master P. You know what, dude?
Come
I
on,
can't do this shit
T-Love.
with him.
What you got?
I can't do this shit with him, man.
Trauma bonding is not
Yeah.
working. Okay.
They the New Testament.
What did you think he was going to say? Honestly.
I didn't think he was gonna say.
I
That.
could have
didn't
told
think
you
he
that
was
shit an
gonna say
hour
the
ago.
lunatic.
Show
I
Clue.
didn't think he was gonna say that.
Wu-Tang.
Hell
Wu-Tang
nah.
is Old Testament.
They are.
Okay, so
They
listen.
definitely
So
Old
listen,
Testament.
hold on, because I
Not
haven't
old that
said.
way, but when it comes to rap, that's an Old
I'ma
Testament.
go-
Wu-Tang,
They
I
Wu-Tang
kinda
might
like-
be ending the Old Testament.
I like-
that might be Revelation.
I'm gonna say. Now because we didn't really bring. You brought it up. I kind of like the southern when it started going south and the south started making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Like we gonna start like even Snoop had something to do with the like let's start listening to what's going. Even though they was making some noise already, I kind of like the No Limit, Pop dying, Biggie dying. That kind of like start making like because it started separating, and then if you start going into like I want to say from '96 to 2000. That's when the New Testament started going. Like some legends that we had left, and we were searching. Some people who we thought was the best ever was not. It was like
Right.
no, he's not the best ever. I'm not gonna say like Jesus appropriate. Like I'm believing that,
Yeah.
but a lot of people do, and he's controlling a lot of shit. And you start thinking about. 96 that ushered in the Nelly,
'Cause
and
we would have
then
to
the
say
trap
T.I.,
music.
Weezy,
Yeah, that's why I'm
and
going that
Nelly.
trap music
Yeah.
2000s.
That's why I'm going
all that
Master P
shit
because
going
I
on.
think without no Master P, it wasn't gonna be no Cash Money. Like honestly, without Master P, it was no Cash
I
Money.
mean, you could say that about everything in the world.
But Master P, like what he did, and it's still going on right
But
now.
But okay, so I'm gonna get like when Nelly Nell was doing concerts,
Because he lived in two places.
right?
When he
New
started
Orleans.
When he started No Limit, he was living in Richmond, California.
But it was whenever you say Master P, you think in Calio Projects, New Orleans. Like we only knew that because he made the song with Tupac and he started talking about the stuff. But for him to come out of that place, New Orleans, just like it's like St. Louis, and to really make that platform, like you got to think it was how many multi-million albums was sold out of New Orleans.
No, you're right, but the difference
It's a lot more than any
But
other.
people still,
like what
they
she was
were
saying.
still not being loved.
If
by
I'm not going against the
everybody.
lunatics.
No,
Let's
I'm
make
not
that
saying,
clear.
But like she was
But-
saying, if you go to New Orleans,
Not
if you
this
go
week.
somewhere and you say I'm from New Orleans, people be like, oh.
Yeah.
I've experienced. We was in Cancun and we was yelling St. Louis, and Foxy Brown said, "Where's that?
Where is
Kentucky?"
Right. That was making me mad, man.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck you on me on?
So listen. I'm not saying like the movement that Nelly did.
Foxy Brownie.
This is a good time. Like the Midwest is the Midwest, but we really can't compare. Come on, y'all. We can't compare New Orleans to St. Louis.
It's not a comparison.
No, that's why I'm saying like the groundbreaking of the stuff.
No, I don't think it.
He was before Nelly, so how could you say
They
it?
came out before Nelly, but they didn't make people change their ideal of how they listen to music.
What
Like
you
you got to think about when Nelly and Lil Wayne was on tour and they were here. People wasn't coming to see Lil Wayne; they were still coming to see Nelly.
And they probably still will today.
No,
But
now Lil
but
Wayne is
At the height of their success, at the height of Wayne and Nelly's success, people want to see Nelly more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Nelly more
Flat out.
entertaining
It's
than
never,
Wayne.
it's never been a
He
question.
definitely more
Talking about
entertaining
the
than Wayne.
Testament. Like
But no, I'm going to Master P.
Master P
because
will be after the Lunatics.
No, he was before them.
He might have came out, but he ain't make it in the Bible before them. He wasn't in the Old Testament. He came after them.
Man, I'm just saying that bout it movement for him to have them. You gotta think. Master P had the movies and all that shit. Master P did all this.
Yeah, he just.
It was listen. It wasn't no soldier. It wasn't no soldier song. Listen,
So,
I can remember
will it be
being in the club.
Will it be
and Master P come on, the whole club jumping around, going crazy. Everywhere at Saints, at the Palace, at the Mono, like when Master P them came on, it was that made the left.
Movement.
Like that movement went from Pastor Troy.
So
and
do
them,
you think it'll be
everybody
another
did that
book
shit.
written? Do you think it'll be another book? Because to me,
It's gonna start with Drake.
it seems like okay, we can have Old Testament, New Testament. Now it's got that shit changing every day. Like because the youngsters want everybody to be the
Well,
best.
see, if
every 10 weeks.
it's a New Testament, it got to be Soulja Boy, because Soulja Boy made it off of the internet first. You know what I'm saying? That changed.
We're gonna name this show "Are You Smarter Than Fats?"
Yeah, because
goddamn,
hey man,
don't none of us
He
talk
like
to each
music.
other.
He
We
like
be talking.
music.
Everybody be talking to him. Don't nobody talk to each
you
other.
know why they talk to me?
Because you talk a whole lot. Goddamn. Shit.
Hey, put the camera on me.
Because he's
No,
a star.
I
You know how Stephen A. do it. Hey, you know how Stephen A. do it.
Because he's a star.
Which camera on? Which camera on? Hey, no, that's how they do.
Right.
Which
Which camera on me?
No, but listen, the internet now, it changed everything. So Soulja Boy started this shit. And you gotta, if it's a,
We can't put him. We cannot.
no, I'm saying he the leader of the New Testament. Everybody follow his path.
So you saying the New Testament is internet rap?
Put your stuff on the internet. You don't have to do what they was doing, make all these videos and shit. You can go on YouTube and make your music and pump it through there and get 5 million views, get paid for it. It's some people on YouTube that we don't even know that's rich. Off music.
It's a lot of
Honestly. Man, my kids watch shit. I ain't never heard this person.
Heard Meg Thee Stallion's boyfriend.
Meg Stallion
Music.
is not. She is now the spokeswoman for Popeyes.
No,
Did you see
he
her?
owns the Popeyes.
But think
Did you
about
see her do the hottie sauce?
Oh, are we off the
No.
testament here?
Oh yes.
Are we off the testament stuff?
No, we're
No, we
still in the
still-
Bible.
Because you got to think about this. It be people on
You ain't see that
people's
commercial?
songs, and we be like, damn, who's this on this song?
Chicken again.
Like at one time, I ain't never heard of 42 Doug. Then I go on his shit, and be like, that nigga he got 50 million. Like he got 50 million views. I ain't never even heard of you. We couldn't do that back then.
Okay, so Crystal Foster says, please turn to the New Testament that starts with the ATL. Down South rappers started with Outkast, Goody Mob,
Outkast,
New
Old
Swing,
Testament.
and Lingo.
Outkast, Old Testament.
Outkast,
But-
Old Testament.
Yeah.
They opened the door to the ATL though, but they were
No.
still rapping like regular rappers
They-
though.
Yeah, they still old.
I'm
'cause
not
that's like
disagreeing with you,
UGK and,
but that was the same
and,
type of
MJG.
music.
Yeah.
We got to talk about
Exactly. They didn't have a noose.
that. When them
They
franchise,
had a new. They was rap. They still was showcasing like we can
listen,
rap.
or you can say
well.
Lil Jon. You know what I'm saying? You can say Lil
That
Jon
the
because
crunk, the
music.
trunk. What is it?
Crunk music.
Yeah, I said trunk.
But the crunk music came from
My
Master P.
daughter
They got
having
soul
church
songs.
party.
That's why I say it would have to be between Bone and Nelly because they intertwine the singing
Bone
and
didn't
the
do
rapping.
anything but Bone.
Now you ain't gonna do that.
This should be
now
a-
we
a
can't
Twitter
talk about
question.
Bone just like we can't talk about Kanye West.
But Bone
And
didn't
Jay-Z,
do.
I
Okay,
guess.
listen. Bone was cool. I'm gonna say, was Twister before Bone?
You
Yes.
don't even know. That's-
Twister was before Bone.
Yeah, they was around.
Yeah, Bone had they run. It was a damn good run.
A great run.
But now what?
don't do
what
that.
did-
They was just
what did
at the
Bone-
pageant and I went.
I'm saying, what did Bone produce? If we're gonna say that their legacy can live on, What did Bone produce to say, okay, we did this in Cleveland. We bought him from Cleveland. We bought her from Cleveland. Cleveland is the shit now.
Damn,
New Orleans,
Gary
New Orleans and Atlanta.
Hey,
It's like,
hold on. Gary
still
L.
got
Harris
people
is
going.
saying that Nelly didn't have shit to do with it. Like, man, you need to broaden your horizons. Like, this is not, we're not saying it just because we from St. Louis. You got to think about, like, when he dropped, there was nothing ever, like, we heard the Bone, but, like, he had a lot of people listen to it. A lot of people wore the Band-Aids and doing a whole lot of shit. That launched a whole fucking different movement. If you go back to the lyrics, it wasn't even singing
as a
songs
fan,
like that.
you know, everybody can have their opinion, but I lived it. So going to see the city, going through New York, when New York didn't play nothing but New York music, and they played country grammar. You know, I mean, don't say it's a big deal to me because I'm not from New York. So they were telling us it was a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
You know, we wasn't like, oh, it's a big deal.
Let
You know,
me-
we was like,
So basically,
But hold on. Hey,
so
look.
basically, if you saying 5 million people were saying it's a big deal
yeah, they was
compared to 37,
somebody that probably on there ain't never been to New York. Like, you know
Gary,
what I'm saying?
Gary Harris, have you been to New York?
You know, so you know, so
Have you been to New York? Let us
You
know.
know, so it's but I get it. You know, outside looking in.
You know
But
how hard that had to be for record labels to understand that
tripping.
we got to change this? Like, Nelly is causing us to have to now really understand that this hip-hop era is changing.
You said who did what?
I'm saying, like...
You said recollect. And this is my whole point about Master P. He did it without all that.
We know
Did
that.
it with all
That's why I'm
what?
saying, like, when it comes to that...
He did it with all
He
what?
was independent. Like, they was going out doing the shit they... Listen, Nelly did what the fuck Nelly did. Like, you can never take that diamond shit from Nelly. But what he did, in the way that everybody... Like, even when he came on here, we knew... What's name had an album? Everybody in their whole crew had a... Me and X had a fucking album. You see what I'm saying? And they made sure...
They came out every week.
Man, come on, man. Like
But
they
we
was
not,
pushing
we not
this shit.
talking about,
Yes,
like,
we are. We talking about the New Testaments.
No,
we're
but
talking
we're not
about the
talking
New
about-
Testament, meaning the what they brought new to the culture.
They bought things new to
So,
the culture.
okay,
like,
so-
wasn't nobody doing this?
So did...
Wasn't nobody having a whole
So
crew have
listen,
an album?
so
Go
does the
ahead.
new culture mean that independent record, was that the New Testament?
I think it was waking people up also. Like, look, dude, we can do this shit.
But you know that
But
you
they
was,
ain't
that
wake
wasn't
us
your...
up.
Like, you talking yourself into your theory right now because that wasn't your theory earlier.
No, we didn't talk that long. You had to go to the truck
No,
stop.
I'm just saying, but right now,
You had to go to the truck stop.
you very
I
passionate.
feel like you trying to...
No, I'm just saying you're very passionate about something that you just thought
I
about.
just want
right
to win,
now.
sir.
That's all.
Hey, come on.
You started off with
I'm
somebody
just saying
else.
Don't-
very
wait.
passionate
Don't we
about
all wanna
something you
win?
thought about.
Am I the person here not trying
We're
to
not-
win?
we're not-
Let me ask
that's
you,
what you
would
gotta
Fab
understand.
be in
We're
the
not-
Old
We're
Testament
not
or the
fighting
New
each other.
Testament?
Fab is in no testament.
I think, yeah,
Fab
he
is
like
an ambassador. He
Yeah.
can go every testament.
No.
all of them.
Fab ain't no
Yeah.
ambassador.
He is. He
Fab
like
is-
David in the back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. No, he ain't David.
Dang.
Fab
Okay.
might be like the most.
He might like David. Yeah.
What are you
Jay-Z
talking about?
may be the only
Okay,
two
wait a
Davids
minute.
in
Wait a
the
minute.
Bible.
You cannot mention
Him
Fab and
Jay-Z
Jay-Z
are
name
probably
at the same
only
time.
two Davids in the
Next to
Bible.
Jay-Z.
You cannot mention Fab and name,
No,
and
what
not
I'm
when it comes to
saying is
rap.
They're
No.
the only two Davids in the hip hop.
No.
Yeah, they're the only ones who have made it from the Old Testament to the New Testament consistently.
Because Blueprint started.
Okay, let me ask you this though. So what
Jada
about Baby?
Kiss didn't make it.
So you saying Lil Wayne them is Old Testament or New Testament? Because this is very important.
They're New
It
Testament.
depends. So you gotta use. You gotta think about the scale that you.
Okay,
using.
I'm gonna tell you this, and
How long
this
before
is
you start doing
When
that?
they were important.
Think about the.
they still in. They got
even
Drake.
Even though people
This what
didn't
I'm
love,
saying.
hold on, when Reasonable Doubt was out, people didn't love Jay-Z. Some people, you had to know it was Jay-Z and you had to rock with him. But it was out
Okay,
during
listen,
a time
listen.
when the Old Testament would have
Listen,
been out.
this is the difference
That's why I
between.
said Blueprint.
Listen, this is why you can go with Jay-Z if you want to say that. But I'm gonna go back again on Master P because no Master P is no Cash Money, right? Cash Money still got artists right now today who's selling millions of records. Listen, Jay-Z can't say that. You see what I'm saying? Jay can't say that he got another artist that he came out of his camp. Not that he went and got like Megan them. That came out of my camp. That we still producing people.
Okay,
and still producing
so let me say
Baby
this.
them doing that, and
Let
they
me
still
say-
doing
But
it.
let me
Who's
say
doing
this.
it?
You can't,
Baby,
But
they
that's-
still.
But that's not
Drake.
how we based in the Bible because then, like, who did LL Cool J put on?
He's Old Testament. That's why.
Right, so you
That was
saying
the-
New Testament is just based on record sales and
No,
who they brought out.
no, listen. Okay,
Maybe
for
we
me.
should first get an understanding
Of what
each
the Bible
testament.
Okay.
is. Yeah.
So Kanye don't count for coming out of J camp.
Well, there you go.
Right.
So fuck all that.
Well, there you
Drake,
go.
Like,
There you go. Well, see,
I'm the richest black man in America.
you made. Listen. You just made a good point. But everybody can't say that though. That's why we said Jay was the ambassador. No, we said Jay was the ambassador. We gave you that, sir.
So let's just say that Master P ended the Old Testament. That still make him great. That makes him before Nelly.
Still in there.
He's still that makes him before Nelly.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you
He's
the
just
difference.
not in the new.
Listen, let's just cut the shit.
generation.
Let's just cut the
Cash
shit.
Money in the new-
Let's just cut the shit.
Let's not
The
cut
difference
shit.
is
They have to be.
if Nelly would have had
Master P
all
left
them
out
still
there.
making records and still
You got a fire stick.
selling, or somebody after them still
You have a
selling,
fire
and somebody after them still selling, it's like a tree.
Drake,
No.
ain't no Drake without Nelly. I mean,
Right.
Drake,
You wouldn't even listen to
You're not
Drake.
even listening to Drake.
No.
Say
Why
it's
do we
who?
why
That's
do
his-
we
I
keep
mean,
No,
saying
because
that
it's
though?
the sing
That's his whole
song.
style.
Okay.
Because Nelly made us understand the sing song.
I'm just saying, like, why
Why we stop listening to Ja Rule?
can we kill that though?
Because of 50 Cent.
Can we kill that though? Can we kill that? If it wasn't for them, it wouldn't be no them. Because
We can't kill that.
why not? Because
Yeah, I don't
I was
think you
still
can
gonna
kill
be myself anyway though.
I'm
Like,
I'm one of
We
the
can't
biggest
kill
Nelly
that
fans, but
because
when I
that's
think of Drake, I
kinda-
don't think of Nelly.
Listen, that kind of opens the door for
Yeah, it
all
allows the door
entertainment.
to be open
Yeah,
for
because
other-
like
So
right
you
now,
wait, hold on, wait a minute.
Right
Come on,
now,
y'all. Y'all
like-
cannot be this. Y'all cannot be
No,
serious.
no, like-
y'all saying Nelly opened the door for Drake?
we're saying
I don't
that
even see a comparison except for that he make them type of like.
he
What
made
you
Nelly
just
made
did
us
to
comfortable with
Drake.
singing
So-
Drake music.
So we gonna say that without Bone, it would be no
No,
Migos.
listen.
I love the
Listen,
Migos.
take a
Hey,
time.
listen to
Stop
Migos.
trying to get the
Migos get
reply
all
and
they
get the
props on
information.
Right.
Listen,
They tell you,
Without
listen
Slim,
to
there's no
Migos
Migos
interviews.
now.
they're gonna tell you. You cannot
Listen to
have
the Migos interviews.
anybody directed this like
And they from
you
Atlanta.
got
Oh,
to
when you-
change music.
And
Who
I'm
did
gonna tell
Nelly
you
have
something. Listen, when you hear
LL
stars,
Cool J was his favorite rapper.
yeah, he said that. And when you hear stars
LL, that's
accept
what-
You went off-
awards,
you went
they
off-
always
like,
say,
we offline.
"I thank this
yeah,
person
but
for
look
this."
though, like
Yeah, that's
Mark fucking with us, like
yeah.
we driving too much knowledge on this motherfucker.
That's what my shit just did to me.
Damn.
Listen,
Like,
the
that's
problem
crazy,
that
like-
people have with Nelly that they really are trying to say is like who else out of St. Louis because of Nelly still blowing up.
Jaquan,
Listen, man, listen.
no.
That's what the people are really saying.
No.
That's why dude was like he didn't have.
No, listen.
Man,
This
look
is-
here.
All we're saying is that
That's just people looking for an excuse.
But love,
not
yo,
give him his props.
Love, you my partner, but I really can't get this from you because
why you can't accept it from me?
So you accept
okay, I'm a listen, but Love was talking to me.
Okay.
Because it's different. Like that's like me trying to talk about Anwood. It's nothing I'm gonna let you say to go against what I'm saying. Because love, you got the shit tatted on you. It's different.
I'm still making money off that.
But listen, if I look from the outside looking in, love, I'm saying from the outside looking in. When we look at Master P, right, we can say he had this person, this artist, this artist. Mystical still out here. They still out here performing.
that don't make
Okay, so
But that ain't got nothing
you
to
made
do with
like, so
That
you
don't make
hold
no
on. So
sense.
you made the example of you saying Anwood. People gonna when you say stuff like that,
really well.
yeah.
Not with Nelly.
But he
But he
Okay,
listen.
listen.
No
But
That
Murph,
doesn't matter. Why does that even matter? We're not talking about that.
I
When you're
told-
I'm
talking
just saying we
about-
know where he came from.
when you're talking about
We know where he
the
came
white-
Hey, Fats, do you don't like Nelly, do you?
Let me say
I have no problem with Nelly.
Let me say
Listen,
this.
listen.
Hold on.
I'm only speaking. I'm
This
only
week-
speaking from what people say to me.
Excuse me, let
So
me
I'm
say
just gonna
this.
say it to you. I know how I feel about
First of
it.
all,
Let him go.
I know how I feel
First
about
of all,
it.
he don't know nothing about Mystical. Mystical got with Master. Mystical came out first. Then
Yes.
he got with Master
Yes,
P.
he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Master P boosted his whole career though.
No, he did not. Mystical shit was hot before he got with Master P.
Boy, I was bumping Mystical records going down to Houston
T-Love.
before Master P.
T-Love, that's cool.
Going down to Jay's
But
on the land.
when
When
Mystical made that album he made on it, we was arguing Mystical was the best rapper around at one point. We was arguing
He
it.
the best rapper in New Orleans.
No.
Man.
I'm saying we was saying at one point we was saying Mystical was the best rapper out. Period.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Come on, man. Mystical. Listen,
said
they was
that?
making them soldier
Who
songs,
said
bro.
that?
Elmwood.
He don't.
And let me tell you
Now I
about.
don't know because I'm young.
Let me tell you
That's
about
what you said,
Elmwood.
though, love. But you wrong.
The
But I
box,
want to tell you
the
about
box made
Elmwood.
Mystical.
So wait, you don't feel like
Here I
Mystical
go.
for
The
rap than
box
that?
made Mystical.
Honest.
That ain't what we talking
That's
about.
what the New Testament. That was my whole argument. The New Testament was
And I
who
think
did more for everybody going
that's
forward.
That wasn't what the New Testament was.
That was my. Y'all asked me what was
It was about when music
It was about when music
Remember I told
And
you.
I felt like it changed when he started making.
Remember I told you.
He was enlightening y'all to go independent and do your own fucking thing.
But do you remember I told
Because
you?
everybody didn't go
Hey,
independent.
hold up. Facts. Remember I told you.
Cash money.
Facts.
But
Facts. I told you earlier.
You don't understand. He don't
Let's
know
not
what
give
independent is.
age-appropriate questions. I mean answers.
You don't
Let's
know.
discover the whole thing of rap. Don't just go back to like what you was listening to. Think about the whole rap thing.
No, I'm going back to me. That's why we all got our own opinions.
Let me ask
That's
you
what
a
make the
question.
show
Let me
good.
ask you a question. If you go look, we're gonna go back to Mystical. Mystical's biggest record was Danger. Which
Yes.
was produced by Pharrell. Pharrell produced that whole album. That
Okay.
had absolutely nothing to do with Master P.
Talking to the mic.
That's no different than
we
somebody
still
blowing
Still on
up
the
here.
air?
We still on the air.
That's
Oh,
that's
you
no
didn't
different
tell us.
Yeah, but we not-
blowing up here,
we not
and then
live
go-
no more.
And then Nelly go grab. I'm gonna fuck with him too. That's all Master P did. Mystical had nothing to do with Master P.
But if he do that and blow him up to a whole nother level, we
He
still gonna
did
give him
not
credit
blow
for
him
that.
up the whole. He blew.
Mystical
No
was
limit.
already hot. Here
He
I
was
go.
hot.
Tell you,
Here
bro.
I go.
He
Danger. Man, that was
They actually watered him
the
down. a little
jukebox
bit,
probably
but-
made like
You-
$10
you
million
know
of
Pharrell- do you know-
Mystical,
do you
man.
know who Pharrell is?
Is he the dude from the Neptune? Come on, now you're in
Yeah.
something
Okay,
intelligence.
so do you
Now you're
know-
in something
okay,
intelligence. Like,
do
come
you
on,
know-
man.
do you
Pharrell
know-
was like the house
okay,
producer out for a minute.
Okay, who
What
were
you
the two-
mean?
Do you know the two groups that blew Pharrell up?
The
The
Clips?
Mental Honesty?
No, wait, hold on, wait a minute, wait a
Uh-uh.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
He
minute,
said
wait a
the
minute, wait a minute.
Clips.
To me, what
That's
really
how
blew
you don't
Pharrell,
know.
hold on, just listen, bro.
Listen to
No, listen, you're
listening.
asking for me.
I'm listening.
He in the industry. I'm coming from a fan. So I'm going to tell you when I knew who the fuck Pharrell was.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, it was like that Clips. When I heard that beat, it was like, damn, who the fuck? Because you got to remember, everybody wasn't on who made your beat back then. We didn't know who made all Jay-Z beats. We didn't know that. When I was listening to rap, you might have knew because you was in
We
the
did,
industry. Who made all Jay-Z beats? I'm just saying. I knew the ones that for real. I knew the ones that what's the name made? What's the other? Timberland. We knew they shit. So it's like when I heard that Clips beat, it was Pharrell could have been on the map. I'm pretty sure he was. But that's what made me think like, hey man, anything I see produced by Pharrell, I want to hear it. Because I'm just saying for me, you might have known him 20 years ago. I'm saying when I heard that beat,
Timberland and Pharrell was cousins in real life.
yeah, he might know that. I don't know that. Really not
But
that
I'm trying
important.
to tell you.
But I'm saying when I heard that grinding beat, I'm like, damn, that nigga there did something. It's just like with Jay-Z. Reasonable Doubt didn't push me like that.
Yes, it did.
Listen,
Shit.
what pushed me like that was the Annie song. No, I'll take that back. Listen, it was the Annie song. When I heard that it was so catchy to me, then I went back and I started liking the other shit more. But I'm telling you, what really caught my ear, and it was that. Then I went back like,
He's a skater.
that ain't even my favorite song.
He's
My favorite, my favorite song is Where I'm From.
But
Like,
right.
But
I didn't hear that
But I
thing.
get you that you think that Mystical came from.
We're still
Don't
on
Let Me
Mystical.
Care.
Now,
That's what we're talking about.
That's
I
what we
know he
talking-
didn't come from. I said that Master P blew him.
You gotta let him do your thing. You just did a dissertation. Let him go.
He blew No Limit up.
No, you know what? I wouldn't say no, but Master P was already Master P, man.
No, when you heard
He was already a
Yeah,
Master
I
P.
can't get. He didn't blow. He didn't blow. He didn't blow no limit up.
No, he did not. He did not blow Limit Up, bro.
Jay-Z was
Master,
the shit.
Let's talk about.
When you heard politics as usual, you didn't think Jay-Z was the shit.
you not okay. Hold on. Let me go here. Listen, this is what I'm saying. When Politics as Usual first came out, I wasn't on East Coast rap then. You know what I'm saying? I was still listening more of
You was
Tupac.
like Tupac, okay.
But I was never really I was a Tupac fan until we went to LA.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Me Against the World, I was listening to Tupac. Because you got to think, we was in St. Louis, y'all. We didn't have all this other rap that everybody was listening to for real. We was still stuck in St. Louis. The radio wasn't playing no Jay-Z. You see what I'm
They
saying?
had me listening to Jay-Z.
So listen,
Man,
I'm just saying.
everything on that wall.
Listen,
Yes.
the way y'all listen to Jay-Z, right, was at the time when I was in high school, we listened to Master P. We came home, it was the Ice Cream Man. When we played Dreamcast all day, it was the Ice Cream Man. It wasn't no Mystical, it wasn't no Jay-Z. After I heard that J track, I'm like, this nigga, plus with hearing somebody else talk about you. You know what I'm saying? I already heard someone talk about the Hawaiian Silky Fiend and all this shit. Who the fuck is he talking about?
But that's
when
why
I go back and listen, I say, hey, nigga, better than y'all.
That's why I have to tell you that Master P has to be in the Old Testament, because I remember how much they was listening to Master P when Tank and them still lived in Wellston. So like that was still during the Jay-Z coming out era. So that's the Old Testament.
Let me explain it to you. The only reason why I say it is because I felt like what he did, his movement, it pushed other people from New Orleans. And the only reason why I'm saying he in the New Testament, because you still got them same artists from New Orleans who still doing stuff right to that. Wayne?
They don't even talk. They don't even like each other.
Listen,
So let's get
listen,
that-
bro. I don't care about
let's move that.
they personal shit. Okay, don't say the lunatics then.
So now we have
Don't say the lunatics. Hold on. Let's pause. Hold on. Let's pause.
I told you don't like Nelly.
Why you saying the lunatics then? Why you saying Why you say Murph then? Why you say the lunatics? Because listen, if I'm not mistaken, an artist in a camp came on this show and said we ain't talking in 7 years.
But it don't matter.
Wait. It don't matter, but you said it don't matter when you said Lil Wayne and Birdman don't talk.
But Lil Wayne and Birdman have nothing to do with
Lil
each
Wayne
other.
not even really
They
making
in two different
music
fucking
either.
camps. You're talking about
Making
two
money.
people in two separate
They don't
camps.
always make money.
Shit.
That's why
Lil Wayne, wait a minute. Lil Wayne and Birdman. Am I lost?
there.
Where did the Hot Boys come from?
Because we all over.
Where did the Hot Boys come from?
We got 1 minute left.
Who was the Hot Boys? Who was the Hot
So
Boys?
can we say Master P is another
Wayne,
David?
Juvenile. Yeah, so listen, bro, I'm not saying they gotta be friends forever. Just like you ain't gotta be, y'all gonna part ways. I'm just saying, bro, where you came from. Cause I don't give a fuck if Murphy said Thomas more, we still gonna say he came from Nelly.
But if you say Baby,
We still gonna say that though.
if you associate Baby, Wayne, Juvie, and Turk and all them, yeah.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
you can't say Master P and associate that.
All
with
I'm saying
Master
is that
P.
because, listen, this is why I'm saying it, love. Because if an
That's not
artist,
the same shit though.
listen, can I explain myself?
You've been explaining yourself for a long time.
If it wasn't no Master P first, right? If I'm not mistaken, they came right up the Master P with the same format. It was the exact same format.
Who did?
No,
Cash
it
Money.
wasn't. It didn't sound
Cash-
nothing like none of
it
that
was
shit.
the same format, bro.
First of all,
Am I right,
all that
PA?
shit Master
It was
P
the same format, man.
Not to me.
We got a $100 million deal. Y'all didn't even get that shit.
So that's why
I
we're
didn't
saying in
feel-
the
I
Old
didn't think
Testament.
nothing
They
about
ended
Cash Money
the
when I was
Old
just thinking.
Testament.
I will go with
When I
it.
watched Cash Money
Yes.
and No Limit,
Ooh, there
I
we
saw
go.
totally two
He
different
said
camps.
it. He said it ended the Old Testament. We
But
done.
it was the
We ended.
same. It was the same
That's What Up
format,
Doe
man.
Radio for this evening, man.
It was the same format.
We out of here.
Thank
I
you,
love
guys.
heated content.
Facts. You have to know. See, I understand, and I be crazy because people look over me crazy like I don't know these people.
Right.
Hold on, hold on. Hold on, T-Love. No, we not done yet. Hey, stop.
What just happened?
November 13th,
I thought we been done.
Me too.
the Black Tie Affair,
The Black Tie Affair.
the roast of Old Dirty.
The roast.
Come on out.
Chicken.
Check us
You
out.
know what's best for you.
And come on and sponsor the show,
Come
man.
on
We need some
and
sponsors.
come to the show.
If you got something to say about 'em,
Amazing
this is the
time.
night.
We're going to love it. It's going to be awesome. We're
But
gonna
you
have
better be
such a
prepared
grand time.
for
Ladies and
retaliation.
gentlemen, I want you to know, please, make sure you make it your
This event will sell out.
That was the
It's
nanny.
selling out right now.
And we back. Now we out of here.
Now we out of here.
Man, that nigga ain't shit. As I was.